Ladies and gentlemen, your sweet Zionist white colonizer, the Traveling Clad, coming to you live from the United States of America. If you want to buy some white colonizer merch and support the channel, thetravelingclad.com in the description. And let's take a look at the genius behind Melanie Phillips.
But there is a narrative on the left, I'm afraid, people who hate Netanyahu, there is a narrative which says, you know, the hostages could have been returned had it not been for Netanyahu's wish to stay in power at all costs, or that he's being told to take the military action he's taken by the extremists in his government. This is absurd. I mean, you know, it is beyond belief that people can believe this, because you can hate Netanyahu. You can think that, you know, he should have resigned on October the 8th. He should have taken responsibility for what happened on October 7th. You can think he should have resigned a long time before that. You can think that he has long overstayed his welcome as Prime Minister of Israel. You can think that he's corrupt.
Which, granted, I think most Israelis, I mean, again, I can appreciate a lot of things he's done for Israel, but we do kind of feel like he has overstayed his welcome, and we are ready for new leadership. I would say like a vast majority of Israelis feel that.
I think he's terrible. And you can hate the extremists in his government. Fine. But no Israeli prime minister could have done any other than he has done in trying to defeat Hamas once and for all, in order never again to have the possibility that Israel can be invaded and its people slaughtered in the way they were on October 7th.
It's true. So
I'm afraid politics is being played in all this. There is a very significant and very noisy and very influential body of people in Israel who want Netanyahu out and who are so unscrupulous they are using the hostage families as a means to procure that.
It's
the
true.
Agony of the hostage families is all too real, and, you know, they cannot be faulted. I'm sure you and I would do the same if our loved ones were in those tunnels. However, I think it is obvious to me that the people who've been trying to get Netanyahu out for years have used the hostage issue as a means of doing so. And that is beyond disgusting.
Yeah.
Beyond disgusting.
It's embarrassing.
And there are other people who are not like that, who are not disgusting. They're not trying to get Netanyahu out. They genuinely want the hostages back. And they genuinely close their eyes, in my view, to the terrible price that they are actually demanding that should be paid.
And it should be mentioned that obviously a lot of these people who are hijacking the hostage cause to also try to do a political move to get Netanyahu out, I think they also, most of them, genuinely want the hostages out as well. It's just they, for some reason, feel like it's appropriate to use this cause of getting the hostages out to try to impeach the government / dissolve the cabinet. It's disgusting and very embarrassing, quite frankly.
Leave aside Gaza for a moment. Look at the Palestinian Authority. The Palestinian Authority's dominant party is Fatah.
Mm-hmm.
And from October 7, the Fatah members of the Palestinian Authority were jubilant and said, we want to do it again. We support absolutely what was done. It's a heroic thing that was done.
And I believe they've also got a terrorist organization that might have helped in it, Al-Aqsa Martyrs Brigade.
Well, that's part of Fatah.
Yeah.
It is the military wing of Fatah, which is the largest party in the Palestinian Authority, which we are supposed to believe is the authority that has a legitimate claim to become the government of a new Palestine
they're
state.
the peaceful government.
Which is led by a man, Mahmoud Abbas, whose self-declared hero of all time is the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem of the 1930s, Haj Amin al-Husseini, a man who made a pact with Hitler that if Hitler won the war, he, Haj Amin al-Husseini, would exterminate every Jew in the Middle East. That is the role model, the declared role model of the man who the West believes is a statesman who is entitled to lead or rule a Palestine state which would live in peace alongside Israel. What are people talking about? It cannot happen.
It's the biggest sham in the world that people expect us. I mean, the thing is, Mizrahi Jews see right through this because we know. I mean, my family was kicked out of Iraq because of the actions of Haj Amin al-Husseini and Hitler together. We understand it. We know you can never be able to convince me that a Palestinian state on my doorstep is going to be a good idea. I know what it entails. I know the baggage it comes with. There is no ethical or moral justification to creating a Palestinian state. Not one that you could give me that I would say, you know what, that's a fair plea to trying to create Palestine. It doesn't exist. I'm sorry. It's very disrespectful to the almost 1 million Mizrahi Jews that were ethnically cleansed from the Middle East by the hands of the Grand Mufti of Jerusalem, by the hands of the only leader of Palestine in all of history. It's very, very, very offensive. And I don't agree with it. And I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you do want to support the channel, White Colonizer merch down below in the description. Be a white colonizer. Travelingclad.com. See you in the next one. Love you long time. Goodbye, Clads.
If you believe in my content and want to support me, just know your help is needed. There's a bunch of great ways to support me, being PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, or joining my Patreon community down below. Patreon is the best way to support my channel, and you'll get a bunch of cool perks depending on what tier you join. Another great way to support me is by buying my merchandise on thetravelingclat.com. I regularly drop new merch designs like this beautiful hat, or this amazing shirt, where you can support the channel and get something cool for yourself. I also have an amazing Discord community with people from all over the world. Thank you so much for your support.